Okay, she's asleep. What do you want to watch tonight, babe? Do you watch TV after we go to sleep? Louie, not again. Come on, back to bed. I don't want to go to bed. Too bad, kid. But why do we have to sleep? Why can't we just stay awake all night? Because that's the way the world is. Well, I'm going to make it so that's not how the world is. That might be tricky. People like to sleep. Well, I'll take everyone's bed to the dump. They'll probably just sleep on the couch. Well, I'll take the couches to the dump too. Whoa, sounds like a big job. You need a full night's sleep for that. Yeah, I will. Night. Hey, wait, no. Come on, I'll read you a story.
Cute.
Nice. Cute.
Like me some
Australian.
Bluey. Yeah. And it's true. We do watch TV when they go to sleep. We stay up actually many more hours when they go to sleep.
The reveal of my shirt.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Let me do that again. Let's see. Doop.
It's me. I'm on a shot.
I'm on a shirt. Bingo, look at me. I can't do their laugh. No one can do their laugh.
Their laugh is so squeaky. It's such little
It's-
girl laugh. Now,
Yeah,
here's going to be
giggles.
the problem. Here's going to be the problem with it, okay? Obviously, that quote was from Bluey. Here's going to be the problem with Bluey. When they grow up, you can't get another Bluey voice. Like, that's them, you know?
No, you can. You can.
Can you?
Yes.
Mhm.
Hey Arnold did it. They had like 6 Arnolds.
They do it in Charlie Brown.
I don't know, but it's like so Bluey. Like, that's her.
Like the mom and the dad are the same. They've been doing it forever, but eventually there's gonna probably be like 4 or 5.
Like you can't be
Blues.
like a Tara Strong, you know, where she can do Tommy Pickles and Timmy Turner's voice
Chucky.
for freaking ever. So, I mean,
That
I thought it was Christine Cavanaugh that did
Tommy?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
That's the intro I should have done. Hey, Chucky. What, Tommy? I'm glad that we get to spend the weekend together. Me too, Tommy. Hey, Chucky. What? You ever think about green Jell-O? No. What do you mean? Like, how do they make it green? I just don't know.
That's cute.
Okay, Tommy, just go to sleep. Okay. Hey, Chucky. What, Tommy? What? That is such a good episode. I might do that again some.
Well, there you go. You got two intros in one.
That episode.
Brian, do you know what episode I'm talking about?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
because
good.
that's the blocks episode where Chucky has his blocks put a certain way and he
big
flips.
To small. Big to small.
And Tommy's trying to like be like, okay, yeah, sure, yeah. And then Chucky flips the heck out, dude. And Tommy does too. They turn into a couple of witches.
Tommy's scream cry.
Yeah.
It's so
loud. And somehow his mouth is just like wiggling around.
It's like like a circle that's just.
Yeah, remind me to do that bit next week. I'll do that.
Please
for
do.
The intro.
That'd be great.
It's like it's dangerous.
Sweet and Sour says, you forgot Timmy Turner. Yeah, Timmy Turner too. He's been voiced by the same person for freaking ever. So was Bubbles.
Because it's a woman. If you
so she can just manipulate her voice.
Yeah, it's easy. But if it's a child doing a voice, obviously you can't do it. That
was
kind of the allure of Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold had the allure because it was all child actors that did it.
We need to someday have a episode dedicated to voice actors because I want to talk about the voice of Azula and how many different things that woman has been in. Okay,
she's in X-Men '97. I'm rewatching it.
She's in everything.
Yeah.
So, she's actually so incredible. So make a note of that. I want a episode on voice actors, please, for the chunk, because That's some good stuff there. But anyways, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That, episode 172. If you don't know who we are, we've got Brian somewhere on the darn screen.
Greatest voice actor of all time, Jim Cummings.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, no.
Whoa, we've got
Absolutely
KT somewhere
No,
on the
you're
screen
wrong.
starting a fight.
It'd be Mel Blanc at the very, very tip top,
That is the greatest.
and then
That
Jim
is the greatest.
Cummings.
Let me see.
Okay.
I know the name Mel Blanc, but his work is not coming to me right now.
You'll be like, oh.
He's okay.
Yep,
He's
there it is.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
What's up, Doc?
How
No.
there you
How
go.
did
That's all you need
that
to say.
adorable, weird, bald man make a Bugs Bunny voice?
Because he's like Jewish, and
he
that's
he
how it
was
works.
talking to himself in all of those Looney Tunes shows.
He would just switch back and forth between.
Yeah, he's just literally just communicating with himself. But anyways, I'm Ileana, your host, and
forgot about me.
I did you. I said here's KT somewhere on the screen arguing with Brian.
I'm a chicken hawk.
As she does.
Chicken.
Yeah, it's always you guys. You guys are always going at it. I'm just over here like la 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 la.
Well,
being
maybe
Ileana.
It didn't have big meaty claws.
What did you say there?
Big
Punk?
meaty claws.
Well, these claws ain't just for attracting mates.
Bring it on, dude, man. Bring it.
Bring it
No,
on.
everyone. Let's not bring it on.
Yeah,
Let's bring
I know.
it
So
off.
the talking cheese is gonna preach to us.
Why does SpongeBob say it like that? I don't understand.
Let's bring it off.
Yeah, I don't understand.
This is so dumb.
You just got another quote session. There you go. 3 intros. We are
do.
siblings who have a love for all things nerdy, clearly. Movies, video games, TV shows, all things of that sort. And decided to talk about it here on the internet with all of you people. And here you are listening. So welcome. We've got quite the show for you guys tonight. There's actually, I mean, you wrote a lot for the news. So it seems like there's a lot of news. But yeah, there's a lot of news. So buckle up, Buttercup. All right. Now this one, okay, we talked about this last week and we were very hopeful for our Buffalo Bills. They did not come home happy. They did not come home happy.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Do you get that reference? Buffalo Bill, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight?
Oh my gosh.
Buffalo Bill, won't you come out tonight? They were that sad part in the song because
man.
they did not win against the freaking Chiefs.
Gosh.
So when I sent to Brian right before we started recording, he wasn't able to open the video, but it was that clip of Ratatouille when Skinner is reading the letter that he found. And let me just show it to you because it is so delicious. Where is it?
Skinner?
Yes.
Yeah. That was his name, Skinner.
Skinner? Superintendent Chalmers.
Oh, what the? There it is. It
Come
says,
on.
Jaden Daniels reading his first Super Bowl script and seeing it's already set for the Chiefs to win because Travis is going to propose to Taylor during the trophy ceremony. Could you imagine?
I thought
Could
about
you
it.
imagine?
I was like, when they win, because last year, last season at the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift came down. She got to go down on the field and hug Travis, and it was like, oh my! And literally all the Swifties in America, just they.
I'm gonna flip if you're correct in this.
Well,
I'm going to post this conspiracy everywhere.
But I forgot. I mentioned it to someone like, what if? Oh, yeah, I mentioned it to some family, and I said, what if at the Super Bowl, Travis, after they win, Travis gets down on one knee in the midst of all of that and proposes to Taylor Swift, it'd be the cheesiest thing, but it would be like America too, you know.
But what if she says no?
No, absolutely not. She
Because baby,
can't.
we got
It's in front of
bad blood.
it's in front of the entire world. The
That
Oh,
would
Super
make
Bowl
headlines,
has
wouldn't it?
at least 120 million people watch it every year. That's a
oh,
third. That's no, it's not. That's half the country watches it, and then all around the world.
they're
So
just
there's
watching
no
it for
way.
Taylor now. Golly.
Actually, no, they are not watching it for Taylor. It's being shoved down our throats.
All the Chiefs fans are like, Taylor! Taylor! There she is! Taylor! It's like, I can't.
But I
I can't.
did have some family that was like, "Oh, I love what she's wearing. Oh my gosh. Like, where can we find that? Wow,
Who
it's so
cares?
nice."
Did you see that game? I forgot who it was against, where Caitlin Clark was also in the press box. They started out far away from each other, but they were in the same box, and then
Yeah.
magically they got close together, and it's like, oh, they need the same amount of screen time.
Well, Taylor wanted Caitlyn to be part of the squad. She's like, "I need some butch girl in my squad now,
Ugh.
so now I got that.
I
I
quake.
have another chess piece for the squad."
So basically, all right, obviously the Bills lost. Now it's going to be Super Bowl 59 will be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The Super Bowl matchup that no one outside of Kansas freaking City or Philly wanted. Are you still going to watch and especially are you going to watch the halftime show that is starring Kendrick Lamar and SZA?
At first, I said literally, I was like, SZA? Who's SZA? I never heard of this
SZA.
person. And then my
SZA.
darling older daughter was like, "SZA's gonna be there? SZA's gonna be there?" Ah! Like, whoa.
She
You
started
old
ripping
man.
off her skin.
Don't even know who SZA is.
There's a Family Guy clip where there are a bunch of white girls at a bar, and they just start giggling. Like, they say the most mundane and everything, but they start giggling and like start ripping off each other's skin as
Oh my gosh. I need you guys to go watch the Meat Canyon video of Taylor Swift.
I've seen it, haven't I? You showed it to me.
I showed it to you, but
Yeah.
I'm talking to the viewers,
Oh.
okay? I need everyone to go watch that, and that's exactly how I feel about the Taylor Swift stuff. Meat Canyon on YouTube.
Yeah,
Taylor
I remember
Swift.
it. It's good.
It's good. But anyways, I'll watch the game. I'll watch the halftime just for content's sake. But I'm not gonna like it. I don't really care. Now it's just like I watched the Super Bowl that I wanted to and we lost, you know? Like I watched it. So there was that.
To quote Betty DeVille, the 60s are over and we lost.
Yeah, exactly. So now we just have to wait until February. So
Oh, I did see that video. That video is freaky.
Which one? The Taylor Swift?
No, we find it funny. That's our humor.
The Taylor Swift one?
That video scares me. It terrifies me, honestly. I'm dead serious. I've seen it, and it horrifies me. It is some scary effed up stuff. Can we say that on the show? It is. I don't know why. It's just, and I think about it all the time. It's just like all those ladies in a crowd, like whispering to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like devilish. It's something evil about it. You know, and I don't like it.
It's a cult.
It freaks
That's why.
me out.
It's a cult. It's literally a cult. I'm sorry.
And
Any Taylor fans out there, you're in a cult.
There's another one too that's about Chick-fil-A that's just as terrifying.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Have you
I don't
seen
know
the
what it is with
pumpkin
that
spice one?
those animators. They know how to just creep me out. It creeps me. That is some scary right there. Okay,
they've Meat Canyon also has this one that he dropped recently that was about Disney adults. That's creepy too. Disney adults.
I haven't seen
I don't
it,
know,
but I
or
can
if
imagine.
I mean, spoiler here for the Taylor Swift one. If you don't listen, when she transforms into like the evil bison thing, creepy as f, man. I'm serious. I thought about showing it to my kids, but I was like, they will have nightmares. I'm gonna have. I can't get out of my head. It is terrifying. It is Guillermo del Toro scary. I'll put it that way.
Wow, he really terrified you, man. I
I'm
love that video.
serious.
I think it's so
It
funny. I've seen it
creeps
so
me
many
out.
times.
It's not funny. And then when Travis is like, get
It's
your
funny.
fucking scared.
like this is her neck at one point.
Stop! I didn't
Yes.
want to look. I don't know what it's evil. It is evil. It is some demon stuff.
No, you
Um,
shouldn't watch then, you shouldn't watch,
I don't
the
like it.
Steve Harvey one.
Don't watch the Steve
Don't
Harvey
watch
one.
Steve Harvey. It is
Oh
but I
no.
feel like that. I feel like that all the time. Back
That
it up a little
is
bit.
some. I
There it
can't.
is.
I can't. It scares me.
It's like, how many
It's
times
one
can
of
we
those.
break that arm?
Oh my
It
gosh.
scares me. I
Have you
can't
seen the one
stand it.
with the Costco kid with his chicken bake?
Oh, maybe my kids
That
just
one's
had that
so
this
good.
weekend.
Oh, Meat Canyon. Go check him out. But anyways,
Yeah. Wow.
Only if you have a strong
Dang.
stomach.
only if you can
Yes.
handle some really weird
Oh my
body
gosh.
horror cracking and
Yeah. I can't.
crap. I eat that stuff up. It cracks me up. But anyways, okay, so that's football. Good heavens. I don't know if I can handle. I don't think I can handle what will happen on Facebook or on the internet in general whenever it's going on. Leave Taylor alone. That's her boyfriend. She's allowed to be there.
Alone.
She's allowed to be there. Yeah, she is, but do they have to pan to her every 15 minutes? No.
Why?
They
When did other celebrity? Well, they also do that in college football with frickin' what's his name for Texas?
Matthew McConaughey.
It drives me insane. Like, why? No one cares that he's there.
He's there. He's in Texas again. Guys,
No
he's
one
there.
cares.
Well, here's the thing. I feel Matthew McConaughey is less insufferable than Taylor Swift is. Like,
yes.
nobody is going buck wild over Matthew McConaughey as they do going buck wild over Taylor Swift. So I think it's a more easy on the palate. I can stand to see Matthew McConaughey in the stands just, standing there.
It's just
Looking around and
annoying.
talking to somebody, like whatever. But anyways, moving away from football, let's go ahead and change to video games, okay? Video
Hooray.
games. Now, this is crazy. Would you pay $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6? I'm going to go ahead and say most people would. Rumors are
Yes.
circulating a price hike for the anticipated game. I'm going to say, heck yeah, they would.
I
Heck
think I would.
yeah, they would.
I think you
Now,
get your money's worth.
Cyberpunk 77 was $70.
No, you're combining two games.
Cyberpunk
It was
679? No.
no,
76?
It was
What was it?
Cyberpunk.
It was
2077.
2077.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I think was $70 to buy when it first came out in 2020.
I
And
think
now
so.
that game is finally done. Actually, it's like all the bugs have finally been done.
Finally, 4 years later,
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
almost. Like, geez Louise. So
Bug free.
and people paid $70 for Breath of the Wild. I'm sorry, Tears of the Kingdom. I think this is going to be a trend for those bigger triple A games that people
Yeah.
will cough up the money for it if they really want it. I totally 100% believe it. Is it ethical? I don't think so. But
I think so because
for a game like this, I
the
think it would be.
replayability of the game is going to be there. Then too, there's all the creators that will use this game to make money for themselves too. I mean, it's just kind of have to at that point.
It'll be that lucrative.
Yeah, and then because it'll be the new online stuff, and that
But just think about like a
you know,
normal everyday person like you or I, who would buy this game.
I
You're
think
coughing up
so.
$100, dude, for a
But
video game.
you're gonna
But think
put
of how long
over
that game is gonna
200
last.
hours. You're gonna
But
put
more
over
than that.
200 hours
More
into
than
that
that.
game. More than that, yeah, probably.
well, I'm also thinking like, okay, this generation console has already been out for quite a hot minute. Is it going to look spectacular? It better. And
Yeah,
then
probably
what
will.
if next gen comes out and now it doesn't look as
It's
hot and quality
it's
anymore?
think of it this way too. Grand Theft Auto 5, they came out on the PlayStation 3.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
when it went through 3 generations, and each time it looked good. Each iteration it looked just marvelous. It's Rockstar. Nobody does it better than Rockstar. We
Mhm.
always got to say that. Nobody has better quality just when it comes to these kind of games.
Well, and I just think since it has such a high anticipation behind it, like people have been waiting for so long, they will do it. They will cough up the money. But I don't think the companies should make a habit of this quite yet. I think it's still too early
Oh yeah.
to be like, "Oh, we're all hiking up our prices." Okay. I don't think they should get comfortable in that quite yet because I don't think that's the norm.
Well, I don't think they're going to because this is a different type of game. It's
Well, I don't want like a God of War to be like, "Oh, it worked for you guys. Let me try that."
they
Or
wouldn't, and
something
if
else.
they wouldn't, but if they did, it would backfire severely, especially
Yeah.
since God of War Ragnarok was kind of a dud, which was
Right.
their latest one. In fact, I've not beaten it yet,
I
and
never even
I'm
finished the playthrough that I was watching somebody. I
Why would
loved
you
the
say
first
that's a
game.
dud? Why would you say that's a dud?
Ragnarok.
I thought
It was
I
very
thought
So
boring.
yeah, God of War is a very story-driven game. Besides it just
yes.
being uh, a very violent game where
Yeah.
that's what you come to do. But it's for all the games, it is very story-driven, and Ragnarok was just very bland.
It was.
And
It was
kind of
so
it was just
Really?
boring.
it
The
was
gameplay
a
got old after a while.
and when you're playing it, it's just kind of like, okay, beat this troll, beat these skeletons. Bleh.
Very
The
So
same
repetitive.
obstacles over and over and over,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
just
Very,
so
very
having to
and
grind
repetitive.
it.
and it is very slow. I stopped at a place still pretty early into the game, maybe like towards the middle part. It just really turned me off, which makes me sad. But I'm at this river and I'm trying to get this I have to do it is a very puzzle game also.
Yeah.
Lots of puzzles. And they're so like what? And they just really slowed down the pace of the game where
I
you're
can
just
only
like,
Much
imagine
more
how
than
"Ugh."
the
bad it
original.
was.
Much more than
Oh,
the
The originals
original.
absolutely.
were awesome, and the
No,
puzzles
like
while
the previous one
oh, okay,
before.
okay.
Oh,
Um,
yes, that was
Yeah.
the only one. And I'll give my perspective. That was the only one I had watched. I know Katie, you played like the actual pre God of War
yeah.
games, but I had not, and I didn't come up with that lore or anything. I just went in straight with this new
With the sun.
installment of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
hmm
Atreus and everything. And so that game that hooked me. I was so invested and so interested with the lore and what all was going on. The gameplay was awesome. It was engaging, the story, everything was very cool. And then I get to this one. I'm not even playing the game. I'm watching someone play the game cuz I can't handle that. But um I'm not a true gamer. But I'm watching this person play and it's like I don't even want to watch them. I'm so bored. I can only imagine how bad it feels for them. How boring this is, playing it.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
I
So
I
didn't
gave
realize
up on
that.
it. I gave up
so
on
Wow.
to
it.
get back to your original question, for other games they won't do this unless it reaches that magnitude of size and replayability. In this game, you can play it. I'm sure they'll release it for upcoming consoles as well because that's what they do, and that's what makes it so lasts. It lasts. It's a game that
Yeah.
lasts. It's like Skyrim. You
Right.
can play Skyrim over and over and over for 15 years. And that's why it's re-released all the time on several consoles, on several platforms. So,
Right.
a game like this, yeah, it is worth $100, but a $100 Legend of Zelda game, you're not quite there yet.
Mm-mm.
A
Mm-mm.
$100 Mario Kart game, no.
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 A
Call of
one
Duty?
even
No.
a
No.
$100 Horizon Zero Dawn, which it's my heart's desire. No.
$100 Tetris game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
$100. Maybe Baldur's Gate 4. Baldur's Gate 3, I think was $70, and that was worth it. Totally worth it. You can replay this game
Yeah.
over and over and over for like the rest of your life. You can play that game for $70.
Fire Emblem 3 houses. 7 houses.
$50. 50. I
That's
know
great.
I know it's worth, but I love it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so that's what we're anticipating. Of course, we'll let you know when the real price gets dropped later this year. Moving on, real quick, this is not on the show doc, but Brian wanted me to touch on it. Wallace and Gromit has a new TV show on Netflix.
All for it. Yes. Have you guys seen the
So
movie?
good.
The new movie?
I saw it. It's the movie. Vengeance Most Foul. Go check
Yeah.
it out. It did get nominated for Best Animated Feature. I thought it would get nominated for Best Animated Short because it's only like 60
It's not a
minutes
short.
long.
No, it's like an
I
hour and
feel
20
like
minutes.
is it that long?
Yeah.
It goes a lot quicker. I thought it was like 60 minutes and it would qualify as a short. But it's Wallace and Gromit at their best. It's a sequel to one of their earlier episodes from the early 90s. It's even though Peter Sallis isn't doing the voice of Wallace anymore, the new voice actor does an incredible job. But it's all about the artistry of the claymation. So good. Must watch. Beautiful, beautiful British comedy.
The only Wallace and Gromit thing I've ever seen is the Were-Rabbit. That is it. That is the only
Watch them
thing.
all. Watch all of them. They are all works of art, masterpieces.
Oh, good to know. I just want to know,
Absolutely.
British people, what the heck kind of name is Gromit? What is Gromit?
Good night, Gromit.
Gromit. So stuffy.
Norbot is terrifying. The little garden gnomes.
It is actually kind of scary.
It is so
Not as scary
off-putting.
as
Taylor Swift scary?
no, not as scary as
Yeah.
Vice and Taylor Swift, but it's pretty good.
Well, anyways.
Might be
what?
scary for kids, for little kids. Yeah. Put it
This
that way.
movie's an hour and 19 minutes long.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's really it goes quick. You're like, yeah, you're in or out. It's great.
Okay. Alrighty, moving on to our next thing on the docket is director Robert Eggers, after the success of his latest film, Nosferatu, is set to direct another horror film about werewolves, okay? And then after that,
scary.
we'll be directing a sequel to Jim Henson's cult classic, Labyrinth. Will it be colorful and annoying puppets? Will they be casted?
Because that's not what Labyrinth is. Do you know it? Have you seen Labyrinth?
Labyrinth has some puppets.
Yeah, I saw.
Well,
I just saw
yeah, but they're not
year.
colorful in the slightest bit.
There's one scene where like these annoying talking puppets come out of nowhere that are the most annoying thing I've ever seen. They're just like annoying. And oh my god, I wanted to shoot myself in the head because it was that bad.
Goodness.
I'm serious.
I just
it's
like
that bad. And there are there like there's some puppets that are scary. There are some scary puppets, some realistic looking puppets, but there are some like Muppety looking ones that are
I even
dumb.
have it.
But for the most part, they fit the aura of the film. They're very dingy, very dirty looking.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like realistic looking ones. Yeah. But no David Bowie. David Bowie's gone.
There we go.
So-
I've got it.
Oh my psycho.
Those were from one of our other podcasts episodes. Hang on.
Oh yes, I remember when we were playing a game.
Yeah, here. There we go.
Oh, stop it. What would that monster have done to her anyways? Like, how would it have killed her?
Whatever, just tear her apart.
How? It has to use its hands for eyes.
It
And it was
doesn't
walking
matter.
pretty slow. It was like,
It'll use its eyes to get really close, and use its nails
Probably can
That-
smell
really-
you.
and really see, like, up close your innards.
That's so creepy. Like, ew.
Can you imagine
I don't
doing like
want-
heart surgery with like? Yeah, I can really see what's going on in there. Yeah.
Like, can you imagine walking? Ah! 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 You're swinging everywhere. You really gotta walk like.
slow down.
Ah! Ah! Oh! Oh my gosh!
You run like a T-Rex or something.
See? You can't catch me. You don't even know where you're going. You gotta.
If I can see if I'm going like this, running in the woods.
Slow down.
But because they're my arms, if there's like a branch in the way, I just gotta hit the branch. I can't like, because then now
I something's in my eye.
my
Yeah.
vision's been split, and now I'm disoriented. I gotta move both arms together.
What
I
if
don't
you
know.
like just sneeze? Just sneeze into the hands. Then he's gotta be like, ugh, ugh.
My
Oh.
eyes! My eyes! Yuck.
Ugh.
You go to wash your hair. I'm looking at my hair follicles.
Eyes closed.
Oh, it burns! I got so
Wait a minute.
eyes!
No. Wait a minute. No, got you beat. You take a dump and then you gotta be like wiping back there. Oh, my butthole looks like that. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so that's what color it is.
I feel like my eyes can smell my arse. Gross.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, there's
Anyways,
that.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
So, werewolf movie, labyrinth type
Scary.
movie.
Ugh,
Time will
yeah.
tell how those go. Obviously, this Nosferatu movie did really well, so you know. All right, so speaking of movies, all right, we've got the Oscar nominees. They were released this past week. Some notable snubs were Denzel Washington not getting nominated for his stealing role in Gladiator 2. Boo! Where's Denzel? Boo! This year, there are 10 films nominated for Best Picture. And those movies are Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked.
I know like 4 of those movies.
I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know 5.
I know 3 of those movies.
I know Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, The Substance, and Wicked.
These movies suck. Bless you.
Conclave is starring Selena Gomez and Zoe Saldana.
Incorrect. That's Amelia Perez with.
Oh, what I say? Conclave? I meant to say
Conclave
Amelia Perez.
is with Ray Fiennes and John Lithgow about.
Sorry, I meant to say Amelia Perez.
Seeking the new pope. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, isn't also Stanley Tucci in that one?
Stan Tucci, you got it.
Yeah, I like me some Stanley Tucci. And then The Substance is starring Demi Moore and some other chick. Where it's that like drug that she takes to make herself beautiful.
It's like a horror film.
Yeah, and it becomes like this whole body horror, bloody.
Demi
mess.
Moore is nominated for her first Oscar. After
she's like, I've been in this for 40 years, guys. 40 years. So, that was pretty crazy.
Jim Carrey's never been
Good on you,
nominated, right?
Demi.
Really?
What?
Jim Carrey has never been nominated? No, he was in it for A Beautiful Mind. Not A Beautiful Mind. For
No, Jim has never been nominated, bro.
I thought he was nominated for.
Dang, and even freaking Leonardo DiCaprio got one.
Good grief, he was nominated for
He should have got nominated for Man on the Moon or The Truman Show. Any of
Truman
those?
Show. The Truman
he
Show.
wasn't.
What is the one with crap on a stick?
Or
I can't think of her bloody
Eternal
name.
Sunshine of the
Yes,
Spotless Mind.
that's the
but he
freaking
wasn't.
movie. Yes.
So
Yeah, no.
Carrey has been nominated for Golden Globes for his past roles in The Truman Show, Man on the Moon, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. However, he has not been nominated for an sorry.
Me neither.
Oscar for any of these roles. For example, Kate Winslet, who starred with Carrey in The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, was nominated for an Oscar for her performance in the film, but not Carrey.
Clearly, they didn't see Sonic 3.
Yeah, come on, guys, let's all do the dance moves together. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Gosh. So that's pretty wicked. If you don't know what Wicked is, that is starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, and a few other names.
I liked it. It's not going to win Best Picture, but I liked it.
No, I don't think so.
You know, I enjoyed it.
Dune Part 2. Please
No,
for Dune Part 2.
It won't win because it's fantasy.
Oh, it's so good. I was recently watching some SNL clips, and they were with Can I speak? Timothy Chalamet, and he was saying how he's never been nominated at any of the Oscars, or like how he's never been won for anything. He's been nominated, but he has not won anything. And so he just sits there every year, just like now getting worse.
Now he's got 2 films up for best film.
He's in A Complete Unknown, which is the
Bob Dylan
unknown movie
of that.
No, I'm
the
kidding.
biography
Bob
of
Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then Dune Part 2.
But not Wonka?
Yeah.
What? Not Wonka?
Not Wonka.
Dude.
We're all devastated still.
Yeah. Dude. But yeah, Dune Part 2, that was just so good. That was so good. I don't know how they made it so much better than the first one. Like,
yeah, that's why it's nominated, because it was critically acclaimed. Yeah.
So good. Like the first one was great.
Like,
this one was just even
it's like
better.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Oh man, I loved it. Absolutely awesome. Other ones, no idea.
If you look at it, Dune Part 2 and Wicked are the only box office, successes.
Sellouts, yeah.
The other films are not.
Yeah.
And some of them, are very small.
I can't believe Gladiator 2
films.
isn't even on here.
It wasn't that critically acclaimed, other than
Really?
Denzel. I think it's nominated for a few technical awards, but it's nowhere near the.
Pedro Pascal didn't knock it out the park or something?
No.
I would probably blame writing on that. It just.
Yeah, it just wasn't the smash that the original Gladiator was.
Yeah.
Emotionally
captivating. Sorry, you didn't make the cut. So now we'll have to wait for the Oscars night to actually happen. And hopefully there are no slaps. No slaps. Hopefully not. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to the chunk zone.
Oh, chunky.
Before we do that, make sure you're subscribed to the Bump That Podcast. Hit that subscribe button so you can become an honorary sibling today. All right, when you hit the subscribe button, you become part of the siblingship, and then you can talk to us however you want in the comments. But if you have not hit that subscribe button, don't even bother writing that mean comment. It just doesn't mean anything to us, okay? Do you understand? Okay, hit that subscribe button. Give it a kiss. Alrighty. Chunk Zone. Brian, would you like to introduce it for us since you're the one who wrote it?
Yes. Last week I did the intro for Brave Little Toaster, a film that I love but is very, very old and has not been seen by many people today.
By fresh eyes?
Yes, thank you, fresh eyes. Very good. So it got me to thinking, what are some other classic animated films, preferably non-Disney, that deserve to be remade in the new CGI Pixar style, and what could you do different and better with them. So they could be any animated film, even Disney if you wanted to. I mean, it doesn't have to be. You can do whatever you want. So at least have one that
Oh, I'll do
what you would
whatever
do
I
different.
want. I'll do whatever.
Okay, well,
Real quick, I saw a clip today that made me want to like burst into tears, but I didn't. I held it back.
dang.
And it was of the scene where Dumbo is saying goodbye to his mom.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
Baby of Mine, I think is the name of the song.
yeah, well, one, I was crying for the fact of like this very touching scene, but also two, I wanted to cry for the fact that Disney has so lost their touch. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
way that the trunks were moving around each other, the animation of it was so like 3D, like they're really touching each other. It's real. The way she's lifting him and coddling him and holding him, and the way they're like holding on with this beautiful longing music. I'm like, Disney, you've lost your spark because that is amazing. I don't even like Dumbo as a movie, to be honest, but a scene like that was magical. That's what
What year
made
did that movie come
Disney
out?
19 let me get it right.
I'm gonna look it up.
It was
40?
their third movie. No, Pinocchio came out in
1942?
1940. It was 1942.
Nope.
Wow.
41.
Ah,
Wow.
bugs.
The year we entered the war.
Oh my god.
Anyways, yeah, that scene, just like broke my heart. And I'm like, yeah, they truly have lost it.
Well, nowadays, now they're even scared to like kill anybody off now. You know?
Yeah. Why is everyone safe? Kill them like they killed Boromir. Come on. Anyways.
Yes.
So I guess, can I go first?
Yeah, absolutely,
Me? Can I
sister.
go? Okay, so I wish that if you have an answer for this, what I'm about to say, then please let me know because I'm actually looking. My first pick would be The Secret of Nim. Sorry, my nose just got stuffy. The Secret of Nim.
Nice choice.
Yeah, Secret of Nim. But it would have to be made almost in an adult way. You know what I mean? It can't be watered down. It can't be you can't play to children. This is not it's a very dark film even though it has talking animals and things. It's not overly violent, but it does contain a lot of adult things. And I have been doing research for books that have sort of like a Secret of Nim kind of idea where you have these different factions of animals or woodland creatures, I guess, that have this kind of like, oh, okay, we have swords and we have to protect this and there's magic, but it's whimsical but adult like. So that's kind of a book that I'm looking for. I may have to just write it myself. But let me know if you do find it. But as far as Secret of Nim goes, I think it would be fun to breathe some new life into that. Put some fresh eyes on it because it is kind of a cult classic. You don't hear people saying, "Oh yeah, I was watching Secret of Nim the other day."
That's the first Don Bluth movie he did, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
don't
Disney didn't want to
pander.
do it because it was too dark.
Don't pander. Don't water it down.
There's
No.
swearing in it too.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Don't do any of that. You know what the movie is, you know, and I think it's based off a book, so you know what the book is.
Yes.
So do that. Do that. So that's my first Secret of Nim.
Yeah, pretty much it's about these rats that have to escape from a lab and they go to live on a farm and then they help this field mouse move her home. That's in the way of the tractor. And it's a lot more political and darker than just that premise right
Yes.
there. Yeah. No, that was a good one.
Thank you.
Brother.
All right, so mine is also a Don Bluth film. Um, but I think this movie could be done because I feel that we're missing out on musicals like that golden age of Disney Renaissance musicals, the Beauty and the
Mhm.
Beasts, the Aladdins, good musicals. Like, look, I know we have the Sings, and Sing is okay. Sing is
Those are
fine.
pop.
It's where it
Those are
needs.
pop songs.
Mhm.
Those are yeah, those are fine. Those are where they need to be and everything. But I want to us. But what I want to do is kind of mix, like, give me a mix of a classic Disney Renaissance with Sing, and so I want to redo Rockadoodle.
Frick,
Okay,
Yes.
Rockadoodle is great.
Rockadoodle.
redo
Yes.
Rockadoodle.
I watched that at
Don't
your
do
house,
it.
Kate, like last
Don't do
year.
it. Don't do it in the DreamWorks style of animation because I
Yes.
just feel that it needs to have a bit more of the grittiness that Disney can lend it to. Classic Disney could. Um, it's got to be, but it's got to be Elvis-y.
Yes.
It's got to be like, what
Undo
was the
my
Elvis movie
better
called?
time.
Was it? Just Elvis? What was it
It was
called?
just Elvis. It was just Elvis.
It's got to be a little bit of like that, like all of the performance stuff. It's got
Undo
to be
my better
Elvis.
time. Better shine.
Uh,
Better shine.
but it's also got to have that dark magical quality too
Undo
that I
my
think uh
time.
Katie's looking at, that she wants. Dark magic, scary, and talking animals, of course, but I mean lots of big show numbers too. Big Broadway, Broadway meets Elvis musical numbers that nobody's touched, like, especially kids of this generation, they don't know who Elvis is. You know, people, it's like
That's what I'm teaching my children at
people
school.
know who Elvis is, but they don't know Elvis.
Mhm.
It's just like Elvis is an American thing, but people don't know exactly. So this is a great introduction to that. So it's got to be a lot of honky tonk, rock and roll, gospel, all of that in a 90-minute CGI Pixar-esque animated film. I think it would be a smash with Rockadoodle. I think it would be so good. If you get like Hugh Jackman to voice Rockadoodle, hear me, come on. Tell me I'm
Mhm.
wrong.
Preach.
I
Tell
can see it.
You get Hugh Jackman to voice, cuz Hugh Jackman did the Penguin film Happy Feet. Didn't he sing in that?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, he did.
He
He
did. He did
was
the
There you
Elvis voice. He was
Oh, I
M-
guess since he already did like Elvis, you can't.
what was
Maybe
his
we could go somewhere
Memphis.
different.
He was Memphis. What was his son's name?
Memphis.
Elijah Wood.
No, Mogul or something like that.
Happy?
Mumble.
No.
Mumble,
Mumble.
Mumble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you can't do Hugh
No.
Jackman since he already did that. It's got to be somebody else. But
Why not? Why not? There's no
because
rule.
he already did an Elvis movie, but with
Nobody
penguins.
remembers Happy Feet. I saw that movie once and I despised
And
it.
no one even knew that it was Hugh Jackman playing as Memphis,
Yes.
Mumble's
All right.
dad, who was just trying to get it on with the
Anyways,
mom the whole time.
yeah, Hugh Jackman as Rockadoodle, CGI Pixar, big Broadway Elvis musical sequences. Oh yeah,
No,
and then
what's funny is
make it romance, like a
oh,
lot of romance too in it. Yeah,
poor
100%.
Rockadoodle gets a lot of bad rap. They're like, "Oh, this is a bad movie." I've seen a lot of analysis videos where they're like, "Rockadoodle sucks," and I'm like, "You suck. You're missing the point of the movie."
Is it the least of the Don Bluth films? No. Is it the one of
No,
the best?
no,
No. But I think it could be done better in a second chance. Give it a
yeah,
second chance. Fix it. I think it could be a fun film. It could be a I want to go to a fun party movie. That's what this movie needs. There you go. That's your selling point. This is a party movie. It's like The Mask when they're doing when Jim Carrey's doing the Cuban Pete stuff, and there's
they
a
call me Cuban
mambo and a
when the
conga
time is
line.
right.
It's
Boom, chicka, boom,
Elvis
boom,
that
chicka, boom.
this is a party. You go and you have a lot of fun. You're going to Vegas with animals, they're singing and dancing, but it's not so corny like the Sing movies. It's like in your face. There you
And
go. I'm done.
it's not made in the I have to this may get controversial. It's not made in that traditional Don Bluth style where the characters never stop moving and
Yeah.
everything is so exaggerated and the weird thing
Yeah,
with their
I love that.
mouth. No,
But I know
it's too much.
I
It's
love
too
that though. I'm so glad that you realize that because I think about that all the time. That they're always like
much.
whenever they like
They don't
smile and
stop
grin, they're
moving.
still like,
And they're just like,
"What are you doing?" It's like, "What are you doing?"
"Stop. Sit still. Stop it. Be still."
I don't know. I love it. Don Bluth, so good.
Ileana, do you have anything to contribute or do you have an
Yeah.
idea?
I've got a couple movies that I've written down. Some of them I think are controversial because it's almost like, don't touch it. You know, they're perfect as they are. And I kind of feel the same way, but I'm also like, what would it look like be brought into the CG world in 2025? And that is The Great Mouse Detective.
I was thinking that too. You broke Brian.
We lost him.
Oh my gosh, what the heck? This popped up on my screen. That's
It's
crazy.
It's almost hard to want that, but it's
man.
such an old film now,
Hey,
and a
watch
lot
it.
of people haven't seen it, that it's like, should we touch it? Do
I
we
don't know
do
if
we
this
touch it?
audience
They did that
could
with
handle
they did
Sherlock
that with
Holmes.
they did that with Snow White. They did it with
Do
Cinderella.
we touch
They
it?
are wastardizing, I'll say it that way. They are wastardizing all these classics.
Yeah.
Why not? But do it the right
I
way.
don't know.
It's just a movie that a lot of people haven't seen. I love it in that, art style, that art, like old gritty 80s looking art. But it's old. It's old.
You're
Okay?
old.
Just
I
it
am
would just be
old.
another Sherlock. It would just be another Sherlock Holmes movie then. I don't know.
No, I think with that, you can really open up the potential of that movie, especially like when they're in the bar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Radigan.
No,
Oh,
no, no,
Radigan.
not that. Not that.
Oh,
That's like the
the skanky
showgirls.
lady.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
showgirls.
I
yeah.
called her skanky lady.
And just make Radigan himself like very like slimy, like very
Yeah. Well, I
Mm.
love towards the end of the movie, they use the animation for him so interestingly to make him so much more rat-like.
Yeah.
He like skitters a lot
Well,
more, like very
he
ratty.
goes feral. Yeah, he goes feral.
Yeah, and
And
I think that animation style worked really well. So I think you would have to rework a few things to make it work for that animation style.
I
I
think it could be
almost
scary if you made it scary, spooky.
yeah.
Mhm.
But nobody wants to do that without making it
It's
like
hard because then
without.
you're taking it and completely changing it type of thing, you know? The story has to be rewritten, the characters have to be rewritten, the atmosphere has to be rewritten. So it's hard to take something that's already this is what it is to then change it to something else but similar, but still the same thing.
Because that one thing I always loved about that movie is its atmosphere. It's foggy,
Yeah.
it's dark. It is a
It's London.
comedy, but it's London, Victorian era England. So it's just fog and it's you hear the cobblestones, the carts on the street, that whole thing. It's just part of the atmosphere of it, the sewers and everything.
And it's
It's
the
like
animation style that really
nobody
helps it.
nobody does that anymore. Nobody takes that risk to do something that in a
Mm-mm.
kids film, you
Which
know?
is
So-
really stupid because this is what everybody is craving. This is the type of thing that people want and they express it and yet it doesn't happen. It's not a
Is
risk.
that
I
is
don't
that what
think
would
it's a
you
risk
call
at
like
all.
this steampunk? Would that be like would you call
No.
it steampunk? No.
What I
No.
would need it to be is something similar to Klaus in that it is 3D animated but with a 2D effect drawn on top of it.
Okay. Yeah, I
I
can see
feel
that.
like I need it to be something like that where it's still snappy and still quick and fast and highly animated, but has that 3D flair with the CGI and everything added into it.
The
Because
stylized, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
I don't want it to look like Spider-Verse, where it's like comic book or a
Glitzy.
cartoon. That's
Like
too
glitzy.
yeah, it doesn't work with a movie like that. So I think I need it to be more serious, like a Klaus kind of comfy feeling. Like I can feel their clothes and know that they're real on their bodies type of thing. I don't know.
Texture.
That's just
I
mine.
think a good word I love for it is it's gotta have texture,
Yeah, it's got to be
Like, you
textured.
can really touch it, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I like that.
So that's kind of like how I envision that movie going.
Dang,
Did you
that's
guys have any
bold.
others?
A Disney one that I would like to see, and it would have to be done so carefully, would be The Fox and the Hound. Either the Fox and the Hound or The Rescuers. I know Brian hates The Rescuers because he hates Penny. He hates little girls.
He said that girl's gonna lose an arm. She died in his
No,
eyes.
she drowned. She drowned.
Right.
Here's
Why
coming
did that?
up.
But
Pull me up. Not until you found a diamond. Oh, snaps. Snaps. Oh my god, we killed. What are we gonna do, Medusa? I don't know, Medusa. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Oh shit! Baldy.
I don't know. I don't know, my dear. I don't
No,
know.
they can't dump the body. Feed it to the
Feed
alligator.
the alligators. Both
Oh
of them.
man,
Both of them.
sick, dude.
Gotta feed it to the alligator.
Oh my gosh.
You're both
What?
awful.
I
What
can
are
see
they?
that happening though.
Nero,
it's
Brutus. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. Those are older movies, so I could see something like that happening. They're and they're not like popular ones where it's like don't touch it.
Yeah.
They're like
And they're both based on books.
yeah, so they can still make it their own if needed.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be based off of what they did with the Disney version. It is based off of the books.
Yeah, I have actually 2 book ones too, and then we'll let Brian do his.
Would they?
Okay.
Would they be based off of? Would you set them in the current era, or would they still be like
They are
1950s,
set in their
60s?
own era. For example, the Fox and the Hound, you can still see that kind of thing, except for the only thing that would change is maybe the vehicle that the widow uses. But if you go in the South, houses still look like that. I could go down the road.
Yeah, and you'll
just
still
down
find
the road,
one.
and I'm gonna see houses just like that.
Welcome to Georgia, where the houses
Yeah.
still look like from the 1800s.
Yeah. So and they still talk like this, and they still
Yeah.
present themselves this way. So it's very timeless. But the content of the movie has to be dealt so delicately because it is so.
I think Fox and the Hound could be done.
It could
Yeah.
be. But
Yeah.
like I said, it would have to be a very delicate process.
You would definitely have to fix that plot though, because there's a lot of plot holes. Like I know we've only
Yeah.
played twice, but you're my best friend.
Listen,
I just met you like yesterday.
No.
So the 2 book ones that I was thinking of is Charlotte's Web and Bridge to Terabithia.
Charlotte's Web's been done.
Charlotte's Web, yeah,
like,
that's been
Charlotte's
done.
Web is a classic, but it hasn't been done well recently. And
Yes,
there's
it
like
has.
no, there's a few recent ones, but they're not
there's
good at all.
the Dakota Fanning movie.
That was excellent.
Brian, that was 20 years ago, man. I'm not even joking.
So?
I'm not
be.
even
Let it
joking. That was
be.
20 years ago.
Let it be.
That movie still stands though.
But that
Yes.
one is live action. That one's live action. We're
Okay,
talking
the animated
CGI.
one from the
know.
80s, that one is still very, very good.
No.
Yes,
No.
it is.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, it's good.
No.
I don't know. It's
No. And then Bridge to Terabithia. I know that's a live action
Why?
movie, but I think it could use a really cool CGI movie. I think so.
Well, sell it to me because I don't see it. Sell it to me.
I don't know. I'm thinking, this is a
Maybe in the style of Kubo and the Two Strings.
that could be cool. But there's such lull moments that I don't know if they would want to waste it on claymation.
Claymation.
I don't know. That's what Kubo
Oh.
is.
Is it clay? Oh, I thought it was like puppets or something.
I thought it was. I didn't know it was claymation.
You didn't know that Kubo was done by Leica.
Yeah, but I
thought
didn't. It's
I know, but I thought like they didn't use clay. I thought they used like puppets, literal like
yeah.
wooden
yeah, they're clay
puppets to do
puppets.
that.
They're clay
Clay.
puppets.
Okay. All right. I like you watch like the Wallace and Gromit. You can tell. Yeah, that's Play-Doh. But
You
like
can see their
Kubo is
fingerprints.
like it's like
They make the
seamless.
faces and they like take them off and they have all the different faces transitioned and they just like take those
Okay.
off, but they have the character puppets and they're huge actually. They're quite large.
Like
Um,
Nightmare Before Christmas. Like that's
Yeah.
not Play-Doh, is it?
That's
That's not
claymation.
That's
clay.
claymation.
That is totally
See, that's done
claymation.
so
Yeah.
well that it doesn't look like Play-Doh. It looks like
Yeah.
Well, it's not
Go Tim Burton.
Play-Doh. We're
figurines.
not going to Walmart and using
I
Play-Doh.
know.
I know.
I
Oh
know.
my
I
gosh.
know.
But it's done so
The
delicately that it looks like
Leica studio does,
you know.
and so does the Tim Burton movies. They use like a very nice clay puppet.
Okay.
So I don't know what I would actually want. I really don't know what style I would want Bridge to Terabithia in or Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web honestly can get away with any style. They can bring life to that story in any style. But
What's
Bridge
the
to
one?
Terabithia has to be careful.
What's the book of the Animal Farm? That's a thing, right? That's a book, right?
Okay. Yes.
Animal
That
Farm?
is not a children's story.
Oh, I didn't
Are you
know.
talking
I
about
didn't read it in
Watership
school.
Down?
No. Are you talking
No.
or are you talking about Animal Farm, the book Animal Farm?
Animal Farm,
By
I
George
thought is
Orwell.
about like communism or something,
Yes.
but it's
Yes,
still
it
a
is.
children's book. Okay, no,
No,
that's
it is
fine.
not. There's murder.
Okay, I didn't know.
There's murder, backstabbing. There's a dog who gets pregnant, and immediately when she has her babies, those babies are taken away so that they can be trained
Jeez.
up by the pigs, the literal pigs, so that they become vicious soldiers. And I think they end up killing their own mother. So it is like nobody lives in the end except
Oh my
maybe
gosh.
Okay.
like one animal.
Never mind.
Wait,
So-
I've got
Sorry, I brought
I've got
it
two
up.
more movies. I've got two more movies. Fern Gully and The Last Unicorn.
Ooh.
Fern Gully, nice.
Fern Gully and The Last Unicorn.
It breaks
I
my
never
heart
liked The Last Unicorn.
because Robin's not here. Breaks
Yeah.
my heart,
Yeah.
man. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
But Fern Gully would
be
be a
baddie.
hell of a film.
That would
I
be
mean,
done really fun, I think.
But would Fern Gully be too close to Avatar?
No, because you would have talking animals and fairies.
Yeah. And a real life guy, the blonde guy.
And
I
Smaug.
want them to make
and you wouldn't have Tim Curry either.
I want them to make that sludgy black muck
Hestus.
thing. I want that to
Yeah.
be as disgustingly
Slime beneath
ah.
me. Slime from above.
I want that to make them
you
as
love
gritty as
my
possible.
Toxic love.
Could they make something like that this day? Would that be okay?
Yes, it
Would
would.
that be okay? Because that's like
They better,
crossing
man.
a line almost.
Give me a
So
break.
good.
Even as a kid, I was like, I don't know if I can watch this. Always. When it got to that scene, I was like, I think I should look away. Because he was like getting a little too saucy with himself that I was like, This is inappropriate. I always thought that, like, as a little girl, I'm like,
There's a little bit of androgyny with it, but it's perfect, and only Tim Curry can sell that. Only Tim Curry could nail that, and he did.
so I would like to see that done, and you know what? And I'll leave it in the hands of them to come up with their animation style for that one, because I think that could go any direction and it could be fun. I think it could. Just don't make it like Dogman style. I don't know. That'd be horrible.
Oh, wait, what's that one crap DreamWorks movie
Which
where
one?
the
Over the Hedge?
the
Hey.
no, the girl she has a dad who's a scientist or something, but she gets shrunk and she finds like fairies in the backyard, and there's all these other animals and creatures and bugs. Do
What
you
are
guys
you
know what I'm talking
talking
about? And there's like
Epic?
fairies that are going. Is that what it's called?
Are you calling
That
Epic?
that was Blue
Blue
Sky, wasn't it?
The
That wasn't
Epic
Okay, Blue
DreamWorks.
movie?
Sky.
That was Blue Sky.
That movie is pretty much Ferngully. That is that.
Is it? I never saw Epic.
There's like a
Nobody did, and it
caterpillar
cost like $1
dude.
billion to make.
There's like a snail dude who's talking, and he's like fun. He's like, like a Seth Rogen type guy and everything. But there's all these other fairies that are going to war with other fairies. That's like Ferngully. And
Do
I
you
Well,
mean,
know
that
what?
just don't do it that way.
sucks eggs.
Just don't do
Don't
it
do
Do
that
you
it
way.
know the
that way.
cast
Yeah.
of this movie? Do you know the cast of this movie?
That's probably where all the budget went.
Beyonce's in it.
Beyonce,
Beyonce's
Josh
in it.
Hutcherson,
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried, Colin Farrell, Johnny Knoxville,
What the heck, man?
Pitbull.
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and I'm gonna kill all these fairies.
Yeah, and Pitbull. So
Yeah.
I am a
What?
fairy. I
That
am a
movie
fairy.
has like this really star-studded cast, and it sucked. It has a 65% on Rotten Tomatoes, 2.9 out of 5 on Letterboxd, and a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
Okay, really quick then. Here's my two then. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, CGI, animated. I think you
Okay,
could
I
do
think
it.
that could be really fun.
For one thing, you would make an easy buck, honestly.
Yeah.
If you have a good script, it can be done, and it would be done a lot of fun. It could be done. The other one, this is the one I was looking at, and this is the difficult one because this is the stain on Disney. This is low point Disney. If you're able to redeem yourself with this,
Home on the
Black
you would
Range.
Black Cauldron.
Oh,
Do
Black
Black
Cauldron.
Cauldron.
Just kidding. I said Home on the
That-
Range.
I heard
because
you.
that is the biggest black hole in all of Disney. So if you're able figure it out, redo the script, or just take like the bare stuff from that book, because I
Yeah.
think it's from a book. Take the things that work, the crap that doesn't work, like the thing with the pig. Get rid of that. Just toss it. Everything else though, atmosphere, monsters, swords, dragons, all that. Throw that all in there. Come on, do it
I'm
right.
seeing a trend
Like
here.
brave
We want
Yes.
fantasy.
style.
No. We've got to get back to literature.
Oh, yes,
Get
books.
back
Bring
to
back books.
literature.
Yes.
Bring back literature.
Good point. I like that.
Yes,
Add-
I agree. I've been saying that for
'cause,
years.
I mean, if you take a look, if you look at our list, more than half of them are from books.
I've been saying
Make
that for
it-
years, that Disney has ditched their whatever they were doing for the longest time, that they were taking novels, that they were taking
and they were
fairy
taking
tales,
fairy tales, exactly.
and they were making them movies, and they were successful because it was good. It was easy. The story was already there. And then they decided to start making their own stories, and it went to shit.
Oh
So.
my, this is a family show. But not only that, but having good, simple, singable songs. That is the key word, singable. If you
Yeah.
can't, if your audience can't sing it, it can't be branded with that. It has no connection to the movie.
I need
It
another
has to
whole
be
new
singable.
world, please.
Yes, and it has to be as much as everybody likes the song You're Welcome from Moana.
It's
who
a
knows
tongue
every word.
twister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know every word. As much as you like Tamatoa's song Shiny, you don't know every word.
Yeah.
You have to make it singable.
Dude, those
Case in
songs have
point
to
with
be on the radio then. Because remember back in the day, a lot of those Disney songs
Radio
on the
they
Disney,
would
radio.
they
dude.
would redo them. Like
Radio
Yeah.
Disney.
Beauty and the
yes.
Beast on the
Mhm.
radio. Whole New World, pop contemporary adult on the radio.
Look at this
But
stuff.
You
Isn't
know.
it
not
neat?
here. Okay, I could go into a whole spiel about this, but not done in that crappy pop that they are just chugging out. Like the version of Remember Me from Coco that it plays at the credits, or no, even worse, Let It Go by who is that? Selena Gomez, or what?
No, that
Whoever did
was
that? It was the other one, the other chick. I can't forget her name, or I can't remember her name. Gosh, I can see her
Demi
face.
Lovato.
Demi Lovato. Yes, thank you.
Oh, was it?
That played at the end of Frozen. Disgusting. Awful, awful, awful. You have
What
to
about
make it less pop and actually put some emotion into it. Right.
ballad standards? Christina Aguilera, Reflection.
Yeah. You know, this is an unpopular opinion of that, but I feel like even her version, it's too fast. I hear it almost every night. I listen to Sorcerer Radio on Alexa almost every night, and that song comes on a lot. And I feel like in the bridge, there's a lot of words in it, and it doesn't have time to like actually move. I think if they took out that bridge, it would actually be just fine. Make it shorter.
Angela
But
Bassett
the
singing
yeah,
Colors of the Wind.
was that Angela Bassett?
Yes.
I thought
No,
that
not
was
Angela. That's Vanessa Williams. Excuse me.
yeah. I was gonna say Angela
Yeah.
Queen Angie.
Making
No
an
way.
appearance?
No way.
Your
But
Highness.
yeah,
Well,
Vanessa
well,
Williams did
anyways.
a great job at that. But you get my point.
Yeah, anyways, I
Yes.
think we're coming back to it. And actually, I've made this point before too, where do you know how like certain decades always focused on something? Okay? The 60s, and this is like human movies.
Drugs.
You focused on mafia type things. That was the trending movie like style or topic was mafia movies. And then we had the 70s and Star Wars hits, and it's, fantasy, space becomes really big. In the 80s, space, and it's really good. Comedy was really big in the 80s, and then we get to 90s and it's like very whimsical, and animation is everywhere, and rom-coms, that was a really big one.
Blockbuster hit.
Rom-coms
Big
blossomed at that time. So
Yeah.
what was that?
blockbuster hits.
Yeah, blockbuster hits too. More space movies. Dinosaurs were huge. Obviously we talked about that for the 90s. Dinosaurs were everywhere, okay? And then, you've got 2000s, and then it's like electronics everywhere. So like every decade had something going for them, and I feel like we don't know where we have an identity crisis. We don't know what we want. So I feel like we need to find a genre again and then stick with it, dang it, for that decade.
I think we know what we want, but we're not being heard.
Yeah.
Jeb Bush over here.
Fantasy. I want fantasy.
That's why we have this
Please.
podcast. Let the voices
Yeah.
be heard.
Let the voices be heard. Let your voice be heard. Leave a comment down in the below. If you have a movie that you wish would be CGI'd, let us know down in the comments below. Did you guys have any others that you wanted to share?
No. Good.
We've
got
said
them all.
enough.
Perfect. So, commenters, subscribers, siblings, let us know down in the comments below, and we would love to
Haters.
read. What?
Haters.
Yeah, haters, but you got to write it nicely because you're not a sibling. You're not allowed to talk to us like that. Watch your mouth. But anyways, we'll go ahead and leave this episode here. Wonderful, wonderful job, guys. I think we can maybe see some of these movies in the future come as to be CGI, maybe. Or we're going to get another Snow White movie in a
Or
couple
they'll
years.
just poop on us like they always do.
Yeah, exactly. So, and another Lion King, guys. Don't you worry. We're going to get another Lion King. Don't you worry.
Ugh.
All right, we've got Brian somewhere on the screen.
See you guys. Love you all.
We've
got
got KT somewhere on the screen.
Lion King, CGI, Simba's Conquest.
Please, Lord, no. And I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you in next week's episode when it's finally freaking February. January has lasted forever. Okay, can I just say that? Anyways,
Simba
bye-bye.
meets Pumbaa.
About time.